I'm Sopiko Shaburishvili, a lawyer and human rights expert. On this channel, I uncover the truth behind international law, global governance, and the human rights. If you want to understand who really holds the power in our world and why justice so often fails, you are in the right place. Let's begin. The United Nations calls itself the guardian of peace and equality, but here's the truth. The UN is not equal, it's not fair, and it was never meant to be. From day one, it was designed as a club for powerful, and today I'm going to show you exactly why the system is broken and why it can never be reformed. When people think about the UN, they imagine 193 countries working together, each with one vote in the General Assembly. Sounds democratic, right? But that's a myth. The General Assembly can only make recommendations. It has no binding power on the biggest issues: war, peace, and global security. The real power lies somewhere else, the Security Council. And this is where equality completely disappears. The Security Council has 15 members, 10 rotate every 2 years, but 5 countries, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China, are permanent. They don't just sit there forever. They hold something no other country has: the veto. That means if ever one of them says no, the decision dies. It doesn't matter if the other 14 members agree. It doesn't matter if the entire General Assembly votes yes. One veto kills it all. Think about that. 5 countries hold more power than 188 countries combined, and they have used it to protect their own interest again and again. Russia vetoing resolutions on Ukraine and Syria. The US is vetoing on Israel and Palestine. China blocking actions on human rights in Myanmar. And the world watches atrocities unfold. But the UN is paralyzed because the one powerful state said no. This was not a mistake. In 1945, when the UN was created, the winners of the World War II built it to protect themselves. Permanent seats were reward for the powers. The veto was the price for getting them to join. The UN Charter says all states are sovereign and equal, but the reality is the entire system was reached from the start. Sovereignty for the weak is symbolic. Sovereignty for the strong is absolute. And inequality does not stop with the veto. Look at the money. The US pays roughly 1/5 of the UN budget, giving it enormous leverage. Wealthy states shape the agenda. Poorer states face pressure if they resist. The so-called Parliament of Humanity looks more like a boardroom where the rich and powerful call the shots. So why not fix it? For decades, countries have demanded change: more permanent seats, limits on the veto, fairer representation. But there's a trap. Reform requires amending the UN Charter. And that means approval not just from 2/3 of the members, but also from the permanent 5 themselves. In other words, the 5 states that profit from the inequality must vote to give up their privilege. And that will never happen. That's why every reform efforts from the Cold War to today has failed. The UN was built on inequalities, and its very design locks inequality in place. The result: a UN that talks about justice but can't deliver it, a UN that condemns human rights abuses but stays silent when the abuser is powerful, a UN that claims all nations are equal while 5 countries hold the entire system hostage. The consequence is global paralysis. Genocide, war crimes, and illegal invasions go unanswered, not because the world doesn't care, but because the system protects the strong at the expense of the weak. So here's the reality. United Nations is not a parliament of humanity. It's a club of power designed by the winners of the World War II, built on inequality and impossible to reform into a fair system. In the next episodes, we will uncover how this unequal structure affects international law, human rights, and global justice. Today, if you want to see beyond the slogans and understand the real power dynamics of our world, subscribe and stay tuned. Now, I want to hear from you. Is the UN still useful, or is it just an outdated organ that serves the powerful? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's start the conversation.